Not sure how long I was sleeping, but I did wake up in a crib. It was a little cramped, but the bed was soft. I looked at my surroundings and it appeared to be decorated for a small child. What struck me as odd though was that all my stuff in my room back home was here. My plushies that I loved so much were here. My favorite blanket was in the crib with me. My laptop was even on the table across the room. The only things that confirmed that last night was not just a crazy dream with a pink crib and the fact that the room was powder blue. I climbed out of the crib the best I could and turned on the laptop. It booted up and I found a new user on the login list. The picture was of a butterfly pacifier and the name was listed Novi. Those characters have called me that ever since they met me. That listed different foods that I liked, what medicine I took for what sickness, how much I took. These guys had been keeping track of me. That was creepy. How were they even doing that? Another program contained voice logs of random things that I would rant about: life, school bullies, life sucking in general, not having a dad figure, nightmares, everything. Then I saw a text file on the desktop labeled Test Success TXT. The file description said it was a copy of the animatronic characters' thoughts and their plan for me. Out of curiosity, I opened it up to see what it was. Freddy, a girl came in the pizzeria today, a cute one. She seems sad though, she doesn't play with the other children. Bonnie, I saw girl get near Pirates Cove. I almost wanted to yank her away from there. Children aren't allowed to be near there. Foxy, I met girl. She told me things. She likes being here with us, even wishes she could stay. Girl said her name was error, microphone malfunction, Novi. Freddy, I saw Novi playing some games vigorously to gain prize tickets. She said she wanted to get the plush versions of us to take home. I set aside 4 to embed with wireless microphones. These plushies are for monitoring Novi's lifestyle. I want to see myself why she is always sad. Bonnie, the wireless microphones are functioning correctly. I made sure she exchanged the prize tickets for the designated plushies. The first sound logs have been recorded. I heard Novi talk about school, always picked on. After falling asleep I'd hear her crying. Chica, Novi came to the pizzeria again. From listening to the sound logs, I have found her favorite pizza toppings. I made sure she got a very special meal. She cried again, but this time she was smiling. Foxy, it started storming outside. Novi hid under a nearby table. I let her come into the cove. She relaxed a little when I held her. I put a pacifier in her mouth to silence her crying. I could feel her blushing. Her face warmed up. Foxy, the storm knocked out the power for a bit. The monitoring program took a whole week to bring back online. The voice logs came flooding in today. It was stormy again. This time Novi was at home and in bed. She was crying again too. Shortly afterwards her cries were replaced with the sound of soft suckling. She still had the pacifier I gave her. Freddy, Novi came in today. She seemed to want to stay away from the other kids. I approached her and she was sneezing a lot. She sneezed once and then started whimpering. She accidentally wet herself. I offered to have her clothes washed, but she was reluctant. I took her to the hidden room that we have. Not even the workers know it's there. She handed me her wet clothes to have cleaned. I could see her about to cry again. Bonnie, I gave Novi a diaper to wear in case she had another accident. I offered to put it on her myself, but she didn't want me to. I think she was too embarrassed. Novi said she had to be able to take care of herself. I told her that in our world, she didn't have to worry about what anyone thought of her. We could take care of her and no one would ever know, or judge. She took out the pacifier Foxy gave her. Novi seemed happy again. Freddy, I listened to the voice log from the plushies. Novi liked spending time with us today. She was embarrassed about her accident, but admitted that she didn't mind wearing the diaper Bonnie gave her that much. She felt like she was loved by us. She wished she was our child, then she wouldn't have felt sad growing up. I've finally decided to grant her that wish. We have the ability to physically regress humans. We can really make her our baby. She might try to resist, so we'll take this slowly. I want her to desire the regression first. Even if she doesn't, I'll get to hold her, love her, protect her. We all will. Tomorrow is her birthday. We'll take her aside at closing time. Chica, I made sure Novi had her favorite pizza, hot and fresh. She didn't have the pacifier with her this time, but that's alright. We have plenty more she can use once she gets settled in. I must thank Bonnie later. If it weren't for his unorthodox thinking with the diaper, we'd never have created this plan. I can't wait to be a mom. Foxy, slight break in plan. Novi is voluntarily replacing the night guard tonight. We need to figure out how to get to her. It's only Monday, so I don't feel like constantly charging at the door. Maybe she'll get careless with the door. The nursery is ready for the new baby. We mustn't scare her before we initiate the plan. That was the end of the logs. I couldn't believe all I had read. They were spying on me because they thought I was unhappy, and I was, but that hardly justifies what they did. They've essentially kidnapped me and now I'm being babied by them against my will. I was so angry and frustrated I screamed every single profanity I knew, but forgot about the pacifier gag. I sat down in the nearby rocking chair and felt a very light squish. Great. I have a wet diaper too. I decided that I wasn't gonna sit and pout all day. I crawled back into the crib thinking I could sleep this off. It was just some elaborate dream I kept not waking up from. Right. I laid down and closed my eyes, but this time I didn't snuggle my plushes. What else have they recorded about me? Soon afterwards I heard a door open, then footsteps, a male's humming, then I felt another squish against my rear. Oh number. Baby, let's get your diaper changed before breakfast. I looked up to see Bonnie was the one checking me, the one who made all this start. Then he lifted me from the bed and I tried to fight my way out of his grip. Hey. Feisty in the morning and yeah. Don't get me wrong, I still like them. I just really didn't approve of what they were doing to me. One way or another I was going to fight my way out of his paws. Then I actually punched him in the face. Okay Missy, that was uncalled for. I felt him bend me forwards and then slip the diaper down enough to where it was slightly exposed. Then I heard a big smack and my butt started stinging. I felt it 2 more times. It hurt so bad I was screaming through my nose. When he finished spanking me he slipped the diaper back on and forced me to look him in the eye. Do you understand what you did wrong now? I'm sure you're very confused and probably frightened by your new living space, but we're all just trying to take care of you. Punching me in the face like that was very naughty, and well I have to be stern when children are naughty. Now can we try this again without struggling? Because we love you very much and having to punish you honestly hurts us more than it hurts you. I couldn't take it anymore. I just wanted this to end. I could only keep crying. I mean I just got the first real spanking since I was about 11. Bonnie made it very clear that if I kept trying to fight them, I would be the one getting hurt. Now what do you have to say for yourself Novi? Even with the pacifier in my mouth I was able to somewhat say I'm sorry, but I was in too much pain to say it loudly the first time. I said it a few more times and buried my face in his chest fluff. I knew right there that I was never getting out of this, so I gave up trying to escape. There. Everything's going to be fine sweetie. Now let's get you changed and fed. He picked me up a lot more gently this time, and held me carefully to make sure he didn't touch where he had struck me. Then he carried me to the room where I was changed yesterday. Mary and Freddie had to tie my hands and hold my feet in case I tried to fight again. Can't you be good and hold still? But I couldn't stay still. My tush stung when it touched the cold table. I was almost glad to be in a diaper just to have a cushion to sit on. After the changing, they untied me and Freddie carried me to a high chair made just for me. I tried to stifle a whimper from the sting. The pacifier gag was finally removed from my mouth so that I could eat whatever they were gonna give me. It's probably gonna be oatmeal, or applesauce, or heaven forbid mushy carrots. Yuck. Well thankfully I was wrong because Chica came in with a plate of pizza, all cut into bite-sized pieces. Time to eat, and I see you like what you're getting. I'll always make sure you get your favorite food kiddo. She stabbed into a bite with a fork and prepared to do that stupid airplane thing, but I just leaned forward and bit it off. I was hungry. I didn't want no playing around for it. I can see you'd much rather feed yourself. At least you're no fussy eater. Now eat every bite. She gave me the fork she had and then I ate the rest of the pizza. Well, according to her, I devoured it. She stood there with her beak gaping when I finished. Or, you must have been really hungry. It didn't take long for me to regret eating that fast. My stomach hurt like I don't even know what. I was on the carpet hugging myself just in absolute agony. I wanted to keep my whimpering to a minimum, but I forgot about the plushies having microphones built in. Freddy came in and nudged my shoulder. "What's wrong, Novi? Why are you sad again?" I didn't want to answer him, even though I didn't have the pacifier anymore. So they fed me and gave me a comfy place to sleep. They still kidnapped me. Freddy lifted me from the ground and placed me on his chest, which put pressure on my stomach and made it hurt even worse, and I ended up crying harder. Yeah, if it ain't obvious, I'm quite a crier. Don't judge me. Simone, sweetie, Daddy's here to make everything better. Just tell me what's wrong. He began to pat my back to help me calm down, but all it was doing was making the pressure build up even more. Barlock. Asterisk. My goodness, was that the problem? You had gas, baby girl? You poor thing. Just like the previous night, he rubbed my back softly and played his music to make me drowsy. After closing my eyes, I could still feel his movements. He stood up and placed me in the bed they designed for me, then started patting my rear and making the diaper crinkle a lot. The stinging had stopped a few hours ago, so all I could feel was softness. I hated to admit it, but it was rather soothing. Happy girl. Won't be too much longer and the regression will begin. You'll grow to enjoy this, so to speak.